Okay, so today I wanted to talk about work and leisure. And I wanted to see specifically why work has to be that kind of boring and tiresome thing for us. Why can't we make our hobbies or our interests become a source of revenue for us? I have two car collectors in my neighborhood that I was going to talk to specifically. And I was going to see how they differ and see their different styles and see if they've been able to make it a revenue maker for them. So the first one I'm going to talk to is Harvey Hansen. He knows that we're coming over, so let's just head on over and we'll ask him a few questions. Hey, Harvey Hansen. How are you, neighbor?
Good, Matt.
Good to see you.
This car here, I just got off of a tour down in Texas. Brought it home. Now I've got to do some fixing up onto it, little things. And there's the 1928 Lincoln. I've just gradually bought a car here and I bought a car there. And most of them I bought and restored or had restoration done on them. A couple of them I've bought as is.
Harvey uses car collecting as a pure leisure activity. He generates no revenue off of it, and he likes to take his cars and go to shows or different events and show off his large collection that he's built up over the past few years. Most of the parts used are 100% handmade, however not by Harvey. He usually takes the parts or the engines and sends them out to different mechanics across the nation, and they work on them for him. Like this Model T, for instance. How much time do you put into these cars on a weekly or daily basis?
4 or 5 hours a day onto them. Then I'll go for maybe 2 weeks to a month and never work on them. Charging batteries, checking tires, just make sure that they're all in running condition.
Lastly, Harvey, I wanted you to describe to us what is your personal definition of leisure?
I'm the type who needs to go out. I need to keep myself busy, and I work on these cars. I enjoy working on them. To me, that's leisure onto it. I go on some tours, and when I do go on these tours onto it, that is what I call leisure.
So is it possible to turn an activity like this into a moneymaker? I have another neighbor that I'm going to go talk to. He's just waiting for us right now, actually. Steve Weller. He collects cars from the late 1960s. And he's been able to do it for him. He actually owns a body shop. And that's where we're going to go do our interview. So let's go ask him those same questions. All right, so we're here with Steve Weller. Steve, thanks for having us over. So Steve, if you could, just please tell us a brief history about how your collection started and maybe the first 2 or 3 cars that you started on.
After I got married, I still had that desire to find some cars and to work with my hands. So I started my collection back then. I probably started with a 1957 Chev convertible and restored it and sold it. I owned a body shop on the corner and I put countless hours in painting in the middle of the night, everything. And that was a lot of work. This car will leave next week and this will go to Australia. And so anyways, I build all of this just from leftover parts that I've had over the years. I'm into this car about $8,000. I sold it on eBay for $36,000. And I'm going to start on another project.
There are many distinct differences between Steve and Harvey. At the start of the interview, Steve told me that any and all of his cars are for sale if the right price is offered, differing from Harvey, who said that he hopes his cars are shared among his family and passed down to his kids. Also, Harvey never pursued a career or business out of his passion for cars. Okay, so we just saw how Steve has essentially combined work and leisure through car collecting. And I wanted to stress the point that it's not just through one hobby that this is possible. Through other hobbies such as sports or outdoors activities or arts and crafts, there's always jobs to be had. So I hope this video was informational and insightful, and I hope that you can all use it to your advantage and maybe one day make millions off of your passion or leisure activity. And thank you for watching.